So this is going to be a reading for my Scorpios. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep in mind this is general, so you only want to take what does apply and leave the rest. Any information that you need will be listed below to get a personal. And of course, you guys can enter the code up until October 15th, of course. Enter the code Spooky Season at checkout so that you can get 40% off of your reading. And that's going to be in all caps. Again, my website will be below for that. And the purpose of this reading is to pinpoint personal blockages some of you guys may be going through, or to give you a confirmation on anything that you maybe needed to hear. So let's get straight into it. What's the truth that my Scorpios really need to hear at the moment? These cards really want to pop out today. I'm not going to pull too many. Okay. So let's get straight into it, Scorpios. So first thing that you guys really need to hear at the moment. There's a need for you guys to prioritize self, especially in situations where you guys have been sacrificing your own personal emotional health for other people. So this could be, you having personal desires to do this and that, and then trying to take in consideration the family. You love them, you care about them, so you could be sacrificing your personal happiness by not doing this, by not doing that, when that may be your desires. In other examples, this could be you guys loving somebody else way more than you guys may be loving yourself at the moment. And there's a need for you guys to pour into yourself, and that's what Spirit's trying to get you guys to do. From our people who may be recently going through some sort of breakup, or you've been experiencing delays with love for a minute now, it has a lot to do with Spirit seeing that you guys overly dedicate yourself to relationships to a point where it's unhealthy. Like some of you guys allow yourself to bypass a whole bunch of red flags, let your boundaries down for people who may not deserve it. Let's just be honest. Now, another thing that I'm kind of getting, another truth that you guys need to hear, you guys are moving to a better space. Like regardless of what you have been experiencing up until this point, things are really going to start to move into a more so calm space, calmer energy around you, mainly because you guys are starting to get the hint that there's movement that needs to be applied to your desires and your wants. So this is you guys having to do something about the things that you would like to see change around you. Also, this is finding new ways to express yourself. Some of you guys, when you get angry or agitated, you may go on either an anger rampage, or you don't express yourself in a way where people can really understand where you're coming from. And that may be a source of some major problems with communication with people around you. Some of you guys also have a fire sign around you that may be no good, or you guys need to make sure you're staying away from someone who has player-like energy. Okay, if you know someone is playing a whole bunch of games and they don't know what they want, don't sit around and wait for them to figure it out. All you're doing is just giving them an opportunity to buy time, and that may be exactly what this person is doing at the moment. Just buying time. Or somebody who seems uninterested in any form. Another truth you guys need to hear, the history that you may have with the person you may have children with, or just someone who you have a long-term investment of emotions with, there's no need for you guys to let what they got going on right now in their life conflict and confuse you in the space that you're in your life, okay? A lot of you may be allowing this person who you have children with to have too much control over you, emotionally, physically, in whatever sense, or just you guys caring a little too much about what they have going on, or them caring a little bit too much about what you got going on, and entertaining that is just not worth it. especially for the sake of your child, because it's going to continuously be a push pull situation. That's confusing. Be aware of who you reconcile with. Some of you can't help it when it comes to someone reaching out to you and like making their presence known or trying to see what's up with you to see if you'll even answer. And it may never fail. You guys may get back into contact with each other all the time. And all it does is kind of repeat and cycle in energy. So really ask yourself, do you want to keep going through the same thing over and over and over again by going back to a situation that's not good for you, okay? And for others of you, this is more so like surrounding yourself with people who align with your vibration. For my singles, this is like making sure that you're not going to areas and expecting to attract people who may be on a particular vibration, which you know you may not attract in that particular area. So for instance, like if you're looking for somebody who's spiritual, maybe not going to a strip club looking for, just use as an example, may not be the place to, look for love, or just making sure you have people around you who align with where you want to see yourself, where you want to go, beyond love as well, beyond emotional connections. Some of you are kind of holding on to a long-term relationship for dear life. And the truth is, you don't need this person or this relationship to basically symbolize that, your life wasn't meaningless for however many years you've been in this relationship. You don't necessarily have to stay in that and put up with a marriage or a long-term relationship that's pretty much at its end point. Like some of you have pretty much checked out of this relationship, or your person did, and what more can you do? Some of you are like staying captive because of the fact that there was so much invested in this. But knowing enough, when enough is another truth you guys need to hear. There's a need for you guys to stop yourself in your tracks when it comes to allowing people to stress you out or you to be at your breaking point almost, and not being able to recognize it is going to be a problem in the future. So knowing when enough is key, especially when it comes to other people. Some of you guys need to make sure you're taking realistic stock of your time, or being aware of your personal resources and your ability to get things done, and making sure you're just not putting a whole bunch of stuff on your plate unnecessarily. And some of you need to come out the house. Like this loner energy, staying to yourself, is only leaving you guys in a space of depression at this point, especially if you have an idle mind and too much free time to just think about things in a negative sense. So this is some of the things that I see. I hope I put things in perspective and that you took something from this reading. If you did, feel free to thumbs it up and subscribe. Any information you need to book a session will be listed below. And to check out my Pick a Card channel. And of course, use the code Spooky Season at checkout. Get that 40% off until October 15th. And I will see you in the next one.